Imagine this. The ketchup on your fries today actually began as fermented fish guts. Yeah, not tomatoes, not sweet, not red, just salty, stinky, and centuries old. Stay with me, because once you hear this journey, from ancient Rome to Heinz 57, you'll never look at ketchup the same way again. Let's rewind 2,000 years. The Romans had a sauce they called liquamen. Picture it: vinegar, oil, pepper, and crushed anchovies rotting into a paste. It was so important that Pompeii had actual condiment factories. Jars were stamped with inscriptions bragging about their quality, like fine wine, but for fish sauce. Now fast forward to 1690. Across the world in China, another version was brewing. They called it Ketchup, a brine of pickled fish, shellfish, and spices, tangy, rich, addictive. Sailors carried it through Malaysia and Singapore, where it became known as ketchup. That word sounds familiar, right? Enter British sailors. They tasted ketchup, loved it, and hauled it back to England. But there was a problem. Those exotic spices weren't easy to find in London. So English cooks improvised. They made ketchup from mushrooms, walnuts, even cucumbers, and people went crazy for it. By 1748, cookbooks were warning housewives, never be without ketchup. It was so loved that Charles Dickens drooled over it in his writing, and Lord Byron even praised it in poetry. So when did ketchup turn red? Not until around 1790 in New England. Here's the twist. Before that, Americans thought tomatoes were poisonous. They were part of the deadly nightshade family, related to belladonna. Even the Italians once called them mala insana, the unhealthy apple. Many people actually ate the toxic leaves instead of the fruit. It took Thomas Jefferson himself to grow tomatoes in his garden and prove they were safe. By 1792, the first recipe for tomato catsup appeared. Slowly, the world began to trust the tomato. By the mid-1800s, tomato ketchup was everywhere in American kitchens. But there was still a problem. Making ketchup at home was a nightmare. You had to boil, peel, puree, and stir tomatoes for hours. So in 1876, Henry Heinz came to the rescue. He launched Heinz Tomato Catsup, bottled in that wide base, thin neck design we still recognize today. The slogan, "Blessed relief for mother and the other women in the household." It exploded in popularity. Finally, ketchup was easy, fast, and delicious. And here's another twist. Heinz didn't stop there. He created pickles, relishes, fruit butters, horseradish, dozens of products. But one day on a subway in New York, he saw a shoe ad boasting 21 styles. Inspired, Heinz crafted the slogan, 57 varieties. In reality, he already had 65 products. But 57 just looked and felt right, and it became one of the most famous numbers in advertising history. So next time you squeeze ketchup on a burger, think about it. You're eating the descendant of Roman fish paste, Chinese brine, English mushroom sauce, and an American fruit once feared as poison. From rotten anchovies to the king of condiments, what a journey. Now tell me in the comments, if ketchup had stayed a fish sauce, do you think the world would still love it? Or would fries be dipped in something totally different today?
Yo, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe. That's how you support the channel, and keep these leaks coming. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts and share this with a friend who loves crazy stories like this. And here's the fun part. When we hit 500 subscribers, I'm giving away 3 prizes to 3 of y'all who've been showing love. So don't just watch, be part of it. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.